How many of you have been feeling extremely hot recently? Like it's not hot outside and you don't feel heat on your skin coming from the sun. You feel internally hot. You feel heat on the inside of you. You're not sweating or anything. You just feel hot on the inside. That is not heat. That is radiation that you are feeling. That's gamma radiation that you're feeling. You are feeling the heat of the sun cycle. This is the type of heat that the copper-colored Americans were existing through during the sun cycle. When you had to look like this to be able to withstand the sun of the West, which is the sun of the Americas. We're not in the lunar period anymore, where the sun was the furthest away from Earth it's ever been in the past 6,000 years. We've entered the sun cycle, the age of Aquarius, as of May 5th, 2000 AD. You're feeling radiation. Aquarius symbolizes ether. We were just in Pisces, which symbolizes water. Water represents the moon in astrology. Aquarius symbolizes air in astrology. What does that esoterically mean? Ether. What is ether? Those are the high vibrational gases that emits from the sun. And because we're getting the closest that we've ever been to the sun, we're getting the most high vibrational explosions of gases that the sun's ever emitted since the past 12,000 years. That radiation that's coming from the sun, that's burning inside of you, is pushing out in removing all the impurities that is inside of your body. That's why you feel extremely tired. Not sleepy tired because you can't sleep, but like energetically tired, like your body is tired. Like you feel like a heavy gravitational pull every time you try to do something. It's like you're so tired that you can't even sleep. And that's because we're entering the year of the 9. We're getting closer and closer to 2025. We're in the year of the 8, which is Saturn, which is really, really far away from the sun. But we're entering the year of the 9 in 2025. Mars represents the number 9, and Mars is a fiery planet. It also represents iron. Iron is the element that's used to produce swords and guns. Iron is a representation of weapons, spiritual warfare. Aquarius and Pisces, spiritual warfare, mixed in with Mars of the 9. This is going to be the most negative that you ever felt, ever. And it's not because you are not spiritually growing anymore, and it's not because you're doing something wrong in your spiritual path. It's only because the sun is purging you of all the impurities that are inside of you. It's taking all that negativity outside of you, everything that's preventing you from being your best self. So you're going to feel negative because those negative energies are being removed from you. You're going through a detox. So the ugliest parts of you are being pushed to the surface so that they can be burned by the sun. The sun is pulling all that negativity out of you because the sun has an extremely strong electromagnetic pull because of how big it is. And then it's burning it off. And there was only 2 covenants in the Bible that actually mattered. The first covenant was the covenant that was made in the Garden of Eden, which was symbolic of the spiritual realm, heaven, when we were existing on all 7 of the heavens, spiritually, living in the Adam Cadman body, when we had our God bodies, when we were lords and gods, and we fell so low that the very gods that we were, we now think those gods are beings outside of ourselves when that was us. And then the second covenant, which was made after the flood. Do you know what those 2 covenants were? One covenant that was made in the Garden of Eden was the covenant of not eating any meat, nothing that was of flesh. The other covenant was made after the flood, and man was allowed to eat flesh after that time. Now we're going back to the earth before the flood. So if you don't keep the old covenant, the original covenant, you're not going to be able to survive on this planet because it's going to be so high vibrational that you're not going to be able to have dead flesh sitting inside your body. The first covenant was to be vegetarian. So if you are eating meat, you need to stop now. Get it out of your system. Even the birds agree with me because the birds don't want to get eaten anymore. Stop eating meat and go back to the original teachings. The age of awakening has arrived.